Good evening, folks, and welcome to this week's episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. If anybody missed me last night, basically the month of December, I'm doing the Brewers Advent Calendar, which is 24 exclusive beers, which I'm going to drink between December 1st and December 24th. Now after that, I have 4 Christmas beers I'm going to try to fit in between Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Basically, this was a last minute purchase, and here we are. So the beer I had last night was a Hell's. So let's find out what beer we're going to have tonight. So number 2, right up here. Crack it open. It's been in the fridge. It's nice and chilled. Move this out of the way a little bit. Alright, so the beer I had tonight, it's totally in German. So I'm not sure what it is. From looking at it's a craft beer, I'm getting that much. Name the beer Blau Weisse. And Weisse, I'm pretty sure, means wheat. So I'm assuming this is a wheat beer. I'll read the rest of the can. I'll just show you the label. And then I'll read a little bit of the can. Perhaps there might be some English. If not, I'll go on to the app, which I demonstrated here yesterday. Basically, there's an app that the box suggests that you use, and basically you take a picture of the can, and from there you go on the app, and they'll tell you a little bit about the beer. With that being said, there's also a list of the beers on the side of the can. It doesn't say what beer you're getting when. And this one, it's a pale Hefeweizen, which pretty sure means it's going to be a light colored wheat ale, and they consider it a strong beer at 5.6% alcohol. Alright, see if there's any English here. Basically beer brewed by, the name of the brewery in Germany, ingredients: water, wheat malt, barley malt, and hops. For some reason the last 2 beers, they don't have yeast, which I'm sure there's a reason for it. The Germans, they have their purity laws, which a lot of them still follow, which basically say the only ingredients you can have in beer is your malt, your hops, your water, and your yeast. And that goes back a couple hundred years. 5.6% alcohol is the volume, and that's about it. So before I crack it open, I'm going to take a picture with the app to see what it's going to tell me about the beer. And the name, it's a beer tasting app, if anybody wants to check it out. Alright, so basically you just snap a picture, it checks with their database, and it gives you information on the beer. And this one, 5.6% alcohol, top fermented, which that would make it an ale. The Blau Weisse can. The name of the brewery, I know I'm going to bastardize this, Hohenthanner Schlossbrauerel. I can't even pronounce it, so I apologize. Basically, if you go on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, which will link you to the YouTube channel, I'll have the name of the brewery there. And let's see, the beer description. It's kind of, I thought the Blau was kind of blue, and I'm right to say the Blau Weisse blue wheat beer is a special treat and only available seasonally. Normally it's only available in April. For the Brewers Advent Calendar, the brewery has made an exception. Poured into a tasting glass, it presents itself with an amber color and a wonderful creamy foam. The subtle scent of fruity hops reveals that the Blau Weisse is an extraordinary beer specialty. The 2 hop varieties conjure citrus-like impressions with hints of honeydew melon into the glass. And that's about it. Then there's a couple of reviews and just individuals. And I also mentioned I had my Cicerone index cards. And basically it's from the Cicerone Institute, which is basically you get different levels of beer expertise. And this is just index cards, and it's a study guide for people taking the exam. And it tells you a little bit about different types of beer. And I don't think I'm going to find this here. They have a Weizenbach and a Dunkelbach. And I think I might be out of luck here. They got a Weisse beer, and a Berlin Weisse, so I'm not quite sure which one it is, so I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm just going to crack it open, pour it up, and go from there. And since it's a wheat beer, I'm going to use my wheat beer glass. I had my Pilsner glass ready because I had that feeling it was going to be a Pilsner and I was wrong. So I'm going to give my glass a quick cold water rinse. And basically you see people, they have their glasses in the freezer. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. They had glasses in their freezer basically keep them cold. They highly recommend you don't do that. Basically, the ice on the glass can make it so cold that your taste buds are numb and you're not getting the full flavor of the beer. When you have a flavorful beer, you want that. Also, a lot of times, you'll get frost on the glass, and that frost is absorbing other flavors in the freezer. Think of times if you've had ice cubes and you've had the ice cubes that tasted funny. A lot of times what that is, it's different flavors of different items in the freezer. And one guy basically said, what you should do if you don't believe it, they said scrape some frost off the freezer. I don't think anybody's going to do this. Scrape the frost off the freezer, let it sit until it melts, and then try to taste it. It's going to be pretty gross. I don't think anybody's going to do it. So they don't recommend it. You put your beer in the freezer. Instead, they say give it a quick rinse with cold water just before you drink it. That'll basically cool off the glass a little bit. And any residual dust or anything that might be in the glass will get rid of that. And it's, you know, an extra step in the cleaning process. So I actually have a glass rinser. So I'll give this a quick cold water rinse. And then we'll pour it up and we'll go from there. I wish they had the pale Heffenweiser. I want to just check that one more time. I don't think they got different Weizen beers. I'm going to go actually with the Weiss beer they have here. We'll see how close that's going to be. And I honestly have no idea, but this is what they say for a Weiss beer. And this is, according to the can, they have it as a pale Heffenweiser. Probably going to be wrong doing this, but they say generally for a Weizen beer. I'm really surprised they don't have the Heffenweiser. Basically, they say straw to gold color, low bitterness. They have it out of 5. They've given it a 1. They say the alcohol content 4.3 to 5.6, and we said this is 5.6. That's right on. They say a flour-like maltiness of wheat balanced by clove and banana fermentation flavors with high levels of carbonation. They say the Weiss beer have fluctuated in popularity over 7 centuries, but today is quite popular in Bavaria and beyond. Brewed with at least 50% malt, which this is, fermented with a unique strain that produces banana and clove flavor. So this is what they call a Weiss beer, or this is a Heffenweiser, so it might be a little bit off. I could be incorrect and wasting time even reading it. So the best way to find out how it's going to be is to pour it up, give it a taste. We definitely got the golden color, a straw golden color. And quite a bit of head there, which is common with wheat beers. It's a little bit cloudy, which is also common. A lot of wheat beers are unfiltered. And assuming this is probably the case in this one. I'm not actually getting a lot of aroma from the beer. I'm a little bit, but honestly I can't figure what the aroma that I'm getting is. And what they say on the app, hints of honeydew melon in the glass, fruity hops. Well, here we go, we'll give it a try. First impressions, it's tasty. It's good. There's not a lot of strong in-your-face flavors, which I like. There's not a strong aftertaste. It's tasty, but it's not over tasty, if that makes any sense. I've had several wheat beers, and I've had smoked wheat, I've had sour wheat beers, I've had just regular wheat beers. The more I drink it, you know, I'm taking a sip, my nose is in the glass, I'm getting more of the aromas. A little bit of citrus. But the flavor, actually, it's a refreshing drink. I'm going to give it that one. Like I said, it's I was actually expecting a little bit stronger flavor, but this is nice. It's almost, to me, it's almost like a later beer, late refreshing at that. Yeah, I would say if you're a person who's not familiar with international beers, or not familiar with wheat beers, and you want to give it a try, a wheat beer, I think this would be a good option. Because I'm actually finding it quite easy drinking. And mind you, I find most beers easy drinking, obviously some more than others, and this is definitely on the end of extremely easy drinking. Now, to give it a rating, as per usual, my ratings are out of 5. A 1 is, don't like it, it's going down the drain. A 2 being, not a big fan, but I'm not going to waste my beer, I'll finish it. A 3 is a good beer, a 4 is a very good beer, and a 5 is the best beer I've ever had. So I'm going to give this one a rating, and I honestly, not too sure yet. I'm hoping other people have had this beer, and if so, by all means, comment, and once I give the rating, let me know if you agree. I'm hoping to get some viewers that also have the beer advent calendar just to see what they think. I've actually posted some comments on the app, and I've had some feedback from people who've seen my comments. They went on the YouTube channel. So I'm hoping I get other advent calendar drinkers to comment and let me know what they think of my rating, what they think, if they think I was too low, too high, whatever the case might be. So to give it a rating, it's a really easy drinking beer, I'm finding. Actually quite surprised. I think I'm comfortable giving this one a 4.0. Basically, it's a very good beer, in my opinion. Now, these ratings are totally, my opinion. I'm no expert, I'm no Cicerone or beer sommelier or anything like that. I'm just an average Joe who likes beer, and being a North American, I mean, growing up, it was always your macro brewery beers, your Budweiser, your Labatt's, your Coors, your Millers, all that stuff. However, in the last year or two, I've actually exposed myself to a lot of different beers. So that's my background. So it'd be interesting what other people think of this. Yeah, I'm comfortable giving it 4. It's an easy drinking beer. So there you go, folks. That's my rating. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the brewery, but the basically Blau Weisse, which basically means blue wheat. That would be the translation. I could be a little bit off. But there you go. So there you go, folks. Tomorrow we'll try another beer from the calendar. God only knows what we're going to get, and that's part of the fun. So until next beer, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.